First Campus developed a family learning engagement project which trained young people in identified comprehensive schools to become young researchers and be able to deliver consultations in their communities. So we trained them up with a company called Dynamics, and then from that we developed a report with key recommendations about how to get parents both engaged and in their child's learning, and also to explore family learning opportunities that they might be able to participate in. We sourced seed funding for projects to take place. A number of spin-off projects have come from this programme. It's been called My Education, but then we've given ownership back to each of the schools involved for them to run their own family learning and parental engagement projects.
We're here today, we're celebrating Derwindeg Primary School, and we're celebrating a fantastic children's picture book that's been written by parents from the school, and it's called The Girl with No Voice. It deals with bullying, it deals with anger. It's an absolutely wonderful story. Picture books play a very crucial role in a child's reading journey because they start there where they've got the images and the text, and then slowly, if they're on their reading journey, if they're going to get to things like Charles Dickens, they've got to learn to put the images to what we call our imagination.
All that fun together, didn't we?
It's nice to do with other parents.
Even if we didn't agree on something, it was still, you know.
Just getting ideas out there and just, brainstorming things.
It's nice to see it go from words.
You've got no voice.
Our ideas go from the words to drawing, and then to the final job, to the actual book.
You're embedding reading, the skill, the literacy, all that's in there, and doing it for pleasure and doing it for fun.
Having a project like this, which actually produces a product which is absolutely fantastic, and a book which is obviously what schools are built on, reading, writing, a drawing element. I think it brings all the sort of key skills together, and having those families do that for the school, the community and their own children is just a massive benefit to all involved.
Parents are first teachers, so if parents feel kind of informed, confident with their child's education, that's going to kind of impact. We did a consultation to all our parents about parental engagement, what would get them involved, what would interest them, the best ways to communicate. So it's a kind of a network event to find out what's available in their area. We want to make parents feel that it's also their school and, just feel really involved in the school and education their children receive.
There are many benefits to having adult learning in Willows. There may be a number of adults out there who have had negative experience with education in the past and are passing that on to their children, to their nieces, their nephews, and we wanted to sort of quash that and raise the profile of education, raise the aspirations of our pupils.
We've got kind of like a real mix, a big kind of community collaboration. Lots of organisations have all come together to offer taster courses really for parents and community members. It's all been held here at Willows in our new learning lounge and also in the hall as well.
With those classes, for example, computer, when I was doing teaching assistant level 2, helped me a lot because with typing and do the presentation, helped a lot.
My son was just been diagnosed with autism, so I'm mainly his primary carer. So I'm doing a course now on autism as well. So yeah, any courses, like I said, takes my mind off real life, if you know what I mean.
I've done all different courses from child behaviour, psychology, all different ones, and I definitely want to keep doing them. I want to just keep bettering myself until, for the future, rather than do nothing.
I think I feel I can create something, not useless.
We want to be an outward-facing school. We want people to be coming in here all of the time, using it as a community centre, I guess. And being the heart of this community and making it really vibrant and a place where they want to be, where they want to come and learn.
We've got
a high count of free school meals in the area, high kind of pupil deprivation, but a wonderful community. As for outcomes, it would be wonderful if everybody who's kind of come in through the door today to have signed up to at least one course. There's a big kind of stigma, adults going back into school, you know, how they remember school. It's not really like that anymore. We've got a wonderful community room. So for people to feel comfortable coming back into the building would be wonderful.
We've run a transition project throughout the school for the last 8 years where students from Year 6 in the feeder primaries come to the school, the parents drop them off, and then the parents either sit in the car park or go away and come back later. This year we've done something completely different where as the parents drop them off at the door, we engage the parents, which in the past traditionally we found quite a hard thing to do.
When my first daughter came 4 years ago, she was picked up by bus from her primary, brought up, came to school, was dropped back off after her transition, so I picked her up. There was no sort of interaction with school. And then when we were invited up with the second daughter, who was coming up September, it was like, oh, come have a cup of tea, we'll do some activities. And I was like, great.
Sometimes you only have contact with the school for good things and sometimes it's only for bad things. So I think this was more something in between where they can just come and ask questions. It's all off the record, nobody's judging them, and just an opportunity to come in and have a cup of tea and a little chat with other parents.
From a student perspective, I know they feel a lot more comfortable if their parents are familiar with the school, with teaching staff alike. And from a parental perspective, we want parents to feel as though they feel comfortable coming into the school building. They feel as though their voice is heard as a key stakeholder of ours, and that the school is a place for their son or daughter to attend, but as well as a place for them to come in and liaise with staff and to feel comfortable in doing so.
It was a good experience to be able to meet other people, because you go to school and you drop the kids off, and like if you're dropping them off in the car, you don't see anybody. It's just like you and your family, and that's it, isn't it? You don't see anybody else, so you lose a bit of confidence then. Sitting and chatting with other people made you realise that, yeah, I can do it. I can get up and I can go every morning and come to work, or, you know, it gave the confidence to do that.
It should be compulsory, if you ask me, for parents to be involved with the children. Like I hear a lot of parents, you know, the teachers and all like this, and then the parents then don't feel like they can approach the teachers, whereas it's an open house and everyone can come here and they're very approachable and very nice.
These particular design and technology sessions are running in the Rumley area, and it's to encourage parents to come in to do some activities with their children, literacy and numeracy themes, but doing something really practical to engage parents that perhaps wouldn't normally come into school to work with their children.
Whilst Emma works with the parents, then I'm working with the children, doing some background work on the theme of the week, and they can start talking to their mums, dads, adults, and helping them as well then to learn through the way that we've been teaching them, really. So they sort of guide each other and work together, bounce off each other with ideas and have a bit of fun and learn at the same time.
It's so much different to what we learned when we were children, when we were in school. And Paige is coming home with these techniques and she's like, no, I do it this way, we do the bus stop method. And I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Do I have to go stand in the bus stop and read the timetable? So that was quite nice as well. So it is nice to spend time with her throughout the day and see what she's learning in school.
Personally, I see a huge improvement, and when they do perhaps a qualification, it just boosts their confidence. Some of them had maybe a certificate in school, and I certainly see a big smile on their face.
Some jobs, they do require that you do a maths test at the beginning, and that would be the thing that would scare me the most. But now I do actually feel more confident in doing.
Like in the shop?
Yeah, they do sometimes. When I went to T-Mobile, they did a maths test. And that definitely makes me more, and like you said, there's the social aspect as well, feeling more confident, not just sitting in the house all day. I actually get to talk to other adults, not just the children, which is nice as well. So I suppose that would help with employment. Yeah.
I've started doing like math lessons down here with Natalie, just so I know what to do with Maddie when she goes to the comp, so I got some kind of idea to help, because I'm useless at maths anyway. So I can help her a little bit more then with her maths as well then.
This course is for obviously adults and children, but it's actually your fears, your anxieties that we're bringing to our children.
Yeah, the kids are worried, do they?
I feel a lot better now after doing this course and going to St Martin's and knowing where she's going and what it's going to be like for her. I feel a lot more at ease now.
You do get a group of people learning together, you learn off each other and it works so much better, and it builds people's confidence up as well.
And that's the way we operate.
And with single mums and mums who are not in work, we need confidence building. We need that confidence to be like, yeah, you know what, okay, we didn't do well in school, but we're gonna do better.
Our school is changing from an 11 to 18-year-old secondary school to a 3 to 16 middle school. So I think parental engagement for the primary element is extremely important. So if we can come off the back of the successful project we've done in transition to then engage parents for the primary sector as well, I think it would stand us in good stead for the new beginning and a new school.
Parents engaged in school life is always really important. Sometimes parents don't want to be involved or can't be involved. However, when you get parents involved in working with children, invariably you get better results, you get better motivated children, and you can generate that community ethos.
We feel that parents are our partners, and without kind of a really good close working relationship, you know, not as much kind of achievements can be made with students.
What I'd like to see in the future is an extension of the projects that we're providing at the moment, and I'd like to see every single room in the school taken up with opportunities for adults, parents and their children to be able to extend their learning and work together to improve themselves.